Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, believe it's November the 8th. Yes, it's Friday, November the 8th, and I am beginning my walk. Um, and it's a nice day. It actually is about 60 degrees today. Um, I did put on a hoodie, um, but I may have to take it off um, during my walk. So there's a lot of news and current events, and so I'm going to get right into it. So there was a van that hit a gas meter in Bel Air, and the driver had fled the scene.
Correction, the driver
Um,
fled the scene.
Luckily, the homeowner was not at home when the gas meter was hit, but it did start a fire. The homeowner lost two pets. Um, Very sad situation. Since then, the driver that lived actually in the neighborhood um, did turn himself in. So I will update you guys on that story as it develops. I'm glad he turned himself in. And I know one of the pets was a dog, and I'm not sure what her other pet. I think it was a woman. Um, but she lost two pets that perished in the fire. So we are going to send up our prayers for her and her family and everyone that's involved. Another breaking story. Last week, I told you about a teenager that lived in Pasadena who came to Baltimore City with her friends to have a good time in the Federal Hill. I had said Fells Point, but it was actually the Federal Hill neighborhood, and she was shot. Um, she was left paralyzed from the ordeal, and she was on life support. I sadly report that the teen did pass away, and that was reported today. So I'm not sure if she passed this morning or sometime late last night, but it was reported today that she has passed from that ordeal. So we want to lift her family in prayer and all that's involved. In other news, there were shootings on Interstate 40 in Raleigh, North Carolina. I believe 7 cars were shot at. I don't know if anyone sustained any injuries, but I'm sure that was terrifying. Some time ago, we had a similar situation where we had 2 men, although we didn't know at the time, there were 2 men that were going mainly, it was mainly in, I think, PG County, but they were terrorizing citizens on the highways, I think in a gas station. A couple of people were shot and killed. So we did have a similar situation. And so I'm sure that the citizens of Raleigh were in shambles, not knowing what was going on and riding up and down the highway and not knowing if you were going to be a victim of the shooter. But 2 guys were detained in regards to that situation. So we are glad that they were caught expeditiously. So we want to send out prayers for Raleigh and its citizens and anyone that was affected by any of those shootings. I think it was like a dozen of them. So local news, our very own Baltimore boxer, and I think his name is Javante Davis, but I know that he goes by Tank. So a couple of years ago, Tank was involved with a crime, and he received probation and community service. And he was asking to go out of the country. He wanted to go to Japan for his birthday. And a Baltimore judge denied it on yesterday. So that's sad, you know. I understand that he committed a crime. However, you know, he's on the straight and narrow. And he is becoming a productive citizen, you know. He's won all of his matches, I believe. I don't know a lot about boxing, and not that that's a reason to excuse his behavior, but he is, showing that he is on the right path. So he wanted to go out of the country for his birthday, and he was denied. I'm going up an incline. So mass transit riders. So the Metro subway was closed today, and I think it will be closed. So no, it will be closed through Monday, November the 4th at 4 a.m.
Correction. So, the Metro will
doing
be closed through Monday, but Monday's date
the new
is November
communication-based train control system, which is a crucial piece of their infrastructure. So Metro riders, and I know that when they normally close it like that, they provide shuttles for the riders to get to their destinations. And I know it can be an inconvenience because the subway moves a little faster and they have to, rely on shuttles. So I suggest everyone that takes advantage of the subway to either have your plan B and get out earlier so that you won't be inconvenienced. Oh wow, guys, I'm gonna pause my video and turn it around. I have not seen anyone with clothes outside to dry in years, since I was a little girl. So someone has a blanket outside hanging, and I never noticed they had lines in their yard, so I guess they hang up other items to dry. I haven't seen that since I was a little girl. All right, I'm back. Oh gosh, I forgot to turn the camera around. 1 second, let me turn the camera. All right, I'm back. Sorry for me pausing the video, but I just had to get that on camera because I haven't seen that since I was a little girl. Um, so Five Guys. I don't know if you guys eat at Five Guys. I know I've ate there maybe a few times, but it is rather expensive. But they were at the Baltimore Inner Harbor, and sorry guys, I'm crossing the street. So they were at the Baltimore Inner Harbor, and they were in the Harbor Place, and now they closed, and now they are returning, but they will be on, I think it's Pratt Street. Yeah, they will be on Pratt Street now. All right, so now I can cross the street. Everybody has turned that corner. Oops. All right. So, sorry guys. Um, so I believe they will be on Pratt Street where the Marshalls is, I believe. Um, but they are returning to the Baltimore Inner Harbor. So lastly, I think I spoke about everything that I wanted to speak about. I know I'm coming up on my 15-minute mark. So lastly, I want to talk about the Maryland highways. So there was a survey that was done and they have posted the findings, and Maryland has some of the
the
dangerous
most
highways.
deadliest
So I don't know if it's
highways in the
because
U.S.
of the
And we were
roads,
ranked number 6.
because of bad drivers. I don't know what all was considered when doing this survey. I am going to look into it a little further, and when I come back Monday, I'll have more information on that. So, like I said, I think I'm coming up on my 15-minute mark. I'm not really sure because I've stopped the video a couple of times, but I know that this is the area where I'm usually at the 15-minute mark. So I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to continue my walk. Wednesday, I actually walked for 32 minutes, I believe it was. So I'm going to continue my walk. And I leave you guys with peace and blessings. Love, love, love you. Have a great Friday, a wonderful weekend, and I will be back, if it's God's will, on Monday. Bye for now.